Good afternoon, we have Serena Williams for you. Who's going to go first?
Serena, when we last heard from you, came off the court in Paris and felt you were far away from your best. You were thinking about maybe getting more matches, taking a wild card, and clearly none of the above. What's been happening? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I was just dealing with some bad injuries all year, and so I just hadn't had enough match play, quite frankly. So I finally feel like I found some good results in Paris. I stayed there, saw some good doctors, and now I'm feeling better.
Given what you said in Paris about the lack of matches and proper preparation to that point, can you tell us a little bit about the time you've spent practicing since then and where you think you are in terms of preparation now? Have you had a chance to have better preparation, and where do you consider your ability to contend for the title the way you often do here?
Well, obviously I haven't had the best time in the preparation that I normally would have, but I've had a good week and a half. But I have been really just mentally training and physically training for that time, and I'm here, and I'm just going to do the best that I can now that I'm here. I know how to play tennis.
Can you give us an idea of how many, because you've had limited practice you were talking about in Paris, I mean, how much have you actually sort of hours per day on court you've been able to do?
So I started on my life is on tournament schedule, so it's Roland Garros, and then there's one after, and there's Eastbourne is 2 weeks. Is Eastbourne?
It's just the final being played today, so.
No, so Eastbourne is this week?
Yeah.
So then what was last week?
Birmingham.
Okay, so I started in Birmingham for training, and so yeah, I've had that time to train. So I've had Birmingham and Eastbourne to train, and then first day obviously is not super fast. I just did 30 minutes on court, but each day my body, thank God, is really quick to learn, and it learns really fast. So each day is a lot more. And by day 4, I was full in with a couple hours, not including gym sessions. So is that more clear?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a fallout in your last press conference when Dominic Thiem was kicked out the main press interview room in Paris for you to come in. I was just wondering if you could give us your side of events there. I mean, he kind of came out and said he thought it spoke to someone kind of having a bad personality for him to be moved out. I was just wondering whether you could give us your side of the story.
Yeah, I asked them to put me in the small room, and I begged them to put me in the small room, and they didn't. And I said, well, listen, I can come back. And it's like, I'm just going to go back. And they're like, no, stay here. And then they pulled him out. And I was like, you guys are so rude to do that, quote unquote, is what I said. And the next day I had a bad personality. So that's, I mean, literally that's what happened. So I actually stuck up for the guy. And so I don't understand how I got a bad personality for telling him what they did was wrong to him, because but we spoke about it. I've always liked him. I still like him. He's a great player. I mean, he's unbelievable. I'm really, quite frankly, too old to be in controversy, so that's why I just wanted to clear the air. I'm like, dude, I told him that it wasn't right what they did, so and he said he didn't say bad personality. You guys mixed up his words. So it's all good. I mean, that's literally what happened.
It sounded more in a voice recording we've got of it that you've said to the organizer, you are wrong rather than it is wrong, to kind of kick him out. So
yeah,
that's not true that you.
Yeah, they shouldn't have never kicked the guy out. That was so. It was not cool.
Serena, a lot of interest around Venus's first round match with Corey Gauff. I just wondered what you make of that as a first round matchup and what you sort of expect of Corey Gauff as somebody coming up.
It's interesting because Corey is such exciting young player, and she's so cool, and she's a great girl. I love her dad. Like, I mean, they're just really cool people, and it's a great moment for her and for Venus. It's going to be a big moment for Venus as well, because she's playing against a player that actually reminds me of Venus. The way she just kind of her body and everything. So I know that they both want to win obviously, and go to the next round. And I think that'd be really important for both of them. It'll be a good match. I think might watch. I always get nervous watching Venus though. So.
Serena, hi. Talking of Venus, you've played her countless times over the years. I wonder what you would say to Andy Murray, who's likely to play his brother. There's a good chance for the first time in a Grand Slam here at Wimbledon in the doubles. What would your advice be to someone playing their sibling?
Don't look at them. Just like literally look at the ground and don't look at them at all.
Just disconnect.
Disconnect.
Serena, this weekend the Yankees and Red Sox are playing here. What would you want British sports fans to most know about baseball?
It is. I don't watch a lot of baseball, but it's exciting. I don't. Yeah.
Any thoughts on the U.S. women's soccer team playing against the British women's soccer team that's coming up on Tuesday?
You know, it's so funny because obviously I'm rooting for U.S. I love the team. But when I was training in Paris, the British players were training exactly where I was every day. So we were at breakfast, we were at, it was so fun to see how hard they worked and just how amazing they were. And they were like, I was looking at them in the gym and I'm like, okay, I cannot do that. And at one point I wanted to join in their ab exercise. I was like, I wonder if I could just scoot to the side and do exactly what they're doing. So it's kind of cool to see, being in that, I was in that experience of watching the Brit Lake women and then having, obviously, the team that I'm rooting for, USA, go against each other. At the back.
Serena, there's a certain Scotsman looking for a mixed doubles partner. Are you available? How would you like to play mixed doubles with Andy Murray? Has he asked you?
I'm available. I'm feeling better now, so I'm definitely available.
Bunch of number ones who've had the number one ranking on the women's side since you were last number one, and the latest one is Ash Barty. You got it just last week. I'm curious what you. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, okay. I'm curious what you make of Ash, and now that you're learning she's number one, what you make of what that's like.
Wow, that's great. I think Ash is. I don't know anyone that has anything negative to say about her. She's like the sweetest, cutest girl on tour, and she's just she's so nice. Has the most beautiful game, such classic shots, such she does everything right. Her technique is like flawless. So obviously I'm happy for her, and yeah, it's good for her.
Following up from the last question, did you actually speak to the British team, or were you just like admiring them from afar?
No, we spoke. We were like workout buddies. Well, I didn't work out with them, but we worked out in the same vicinity. So I like to say we worked out together.
Also, when you were younger, you didn't have like the easiest time, obviously with like Indian Wells and like Venus with Spirlea. Looking at Gauff, she's 15, a young black girl coming up, but she, like, people only talk about the tennis, and there's nothing else. So does that make you, like, I guess, proud or whatever that things have changed in that way?
Yeah, and like I said, she's such a fantastic young lady. She works very hard. Every time I have work, I see her out there working and, training her and her dad. And it reminds me of the time where I was out there with my dad, and I can't help but look inside of myself and be proud and be happy for her. And so it's really nice to see.
Can I just clarify, Serena, your comment about
mixed doubles. I don't know if you were tongue-in-cheek, but because obviously you had a knee problem recently. I mean,
Yeah.
you seriously are thinking about playing mixed doubles, are you? And
I mean, we just have to wait and see, right? I like to be tongue-in-cheek.
To follow that up, Serena, if Andy was to say to you, do you think you fancy it, mixed doubles, would you consider it at least?
Let's see how my knee's going. I'm finally doing good. I don't want to like go bad.
And can I just get you on your draw, because it's quite you've got potentially Sharapova, Kerber, Barty. Do you still think you can get the 24th slam here? Is this your best chance? You were in the final last year. Do you still think this is the one where you can equal that record?
I know I can't go on Grand Slams and thinking about records. I just have to go in a Grand Slam and think about just the first match, and if I get that, I think about the next match, and if I'm in the final, try to win one for once. So that's kind of what I think about.
We have time for 2 more questions. Yeah.
Serena, on Ash Barty, how do you think she's going? You did compliment her game, but do you think she can actually cement that #1 place?
I don't know. I think so. I think she has a great game, and I think she's really even-tempered, and she's just really chill. And I feel like she's just so relaxed in a way. She's had a solid year as well. It's not just, just the French Open when I believe she won Miami. She's had a really good year. So yeah, I think anything is possible.
Last question at the back.
Serena, you've been here a long time. Have many people over the years plucked up the courage to ask you to play doubles or mixed doubles with you? Or if it happened, would Andy be one of the first?
I played here before back in the 90s. I don't know. Obviously, I don't remember who asked who, but I did win, so something to consider.
Thank you.
you.